everybody, it's me, Stacy, here at Scrapbooking Made Simple, scrapbookingmadesimple.com, and it is time for the next Saturday with Stacy, YouTube class number 530, and we are featuring simply defined kaleidoscope layering stencils today. So pretty. I have two brand new stencils for you and one versus stamp set, always exclusive to Scrapbooking Made Simple. And I'm just gonna have a super fun day with you today. I think this is something that is achievable by everybody. I think that a lot of this product you already have in your crafty stash. And if you don't have exactly this, you have something close enough. I'm sure of that. So we are going to play with my layering stencils. But before we get there, I want to make a few announcements. First things first, I have winner chicken dinner to talk about. I have two of you, and you have won $25 to Scrapbooking Made Simple. I would not spend that money right now. No, I wouldn't. I would hold on to it unless you absolutely need something that I show you. You have, there's like, I must have that. Okay, then get it. But if that's not what it is, the two of you who have won $25, if you can hold out, our December warehouse sale starts on Monday. Every Monday in December, we will be adding more and more and more to our warehouse sale. So it is taking the place of our Make It Mondays for the month of December. Yes, I will still be doing a Make It Monday class every Monday, 5 p.m. sunny California time, 7 p.m. Central, 8 p.m. Eastern. And each Monday that we spend together, I will show you and announce the manufacturers who we are adding to the event. So for the entire month of December is a warehouse sale event. And when we get to the very last week, my goodness gracious, there'll be probably 25 different manufacturers on that warehouse sale with oodles of product for you at up to 90% off. And like I said, I taped an earlier video about the do's and the don'ts of the warehouse sale. I don't play. Stacy don't play. When she says it's a warehouse sale, she means it. And when I say 90% off, I mean it. So if I were the winner chicken dinners for today, I would hold that $25 because it's likely you can turn that $25 into $150 come the warehouse sale. And your $25, your gift cards don't ever expire. So I don't know. I'm going to leave it up to you. And you're like, but who is it? Who's won? Let me tell you. Our first winner chicken dinner is Monica. Monica Finley. Hello, Monica Finley. How are you doing today? Congratulations to you. You are a winner chicken dinner of $25 that you could parlay into so much more. Think about it. If you got a $20 die for $2, so you could get 12 dies at $2 for your $25, and if they were all, that would be $240 for $25. Okay, do the math. But wait, Monica, you're not the only one. Wait. I have another winner chicken dinner. Vince Shimkus. Hello, Vince Shimkus. How are you doing? I think I heard you on the phone with Elena today. Wahoo Kachoo for you and your wife. Here are your winner chicken dinner. I hope that you two take advantage of that warehouse sale unless there is something here that you absolutely have to have. But if it were me, and I know that's weird for a retailer to say, hey, don't spend the money. Make it go as long as you can. Get as much for your money as you can. But I'm an independent retailer and, well, we play by different rules. We are you. I am you. So I just want to be, I'm as honest as can be. All right, winner chicken dinner dance, because wow, hello, depending on how, maybe I'm going to ask them. Maybe I'll call them afterwards and see how they spent their money and tell you, yep, Vince got $300 for his 25 bucks. All right, winner chicken dinner dance. Are you ready? You're a winner, chicken dinner. You're a winner, chicken dinner. Wahoo, kachoo. for you. Congratulations to the both of you. And whether you spend it today or you spend it sometime during the warehouse sale, just buy something that makes your heart happy. That would make my heart happy. And today I need you to make my heart happy. I do. You're like, why? What's up? Well, I've been sitting here in front of this camera for 3 hours, ready to sit down and do this video, to tape this class, to tape the class to teach. And I just couldn't turn the video camera on. I just couldn't. Today is Simply Defined Kaleidoscope layering stencils for December. But it also is the last Simply Defined product, dies, stamps, and stencils that I will manufacture for quite some time. I'll have my Stacy tape, and I'll have my sticky dots and my tweezers, and my gush pad is coming back. All of that is going forward. But my dies and stamps and stencils are coming to an end. Why? Because I'm a licensed designer for Sizzix now, and I made that decision to sign that contract to give me an opportunity to play in a world I haven't been able to play in. Not the world of big business, but the world of embossing folders and 3D embossing folders and stamps, things that Scrapbooking Made Simple can't afford to do. Now I get to do them because, well, I got a good buddy over there called Sizzix. I've got friends at Sizzix. And so I knew that Simply Defined was going to come to an end. I knew, because it's impossible for me to have done both. I can't design for Sizzix and still do Simply Defined. I don't have it in me. It's too much. I want to give 100% to what I bring to the table. And that I don't know that I could do that if I was trying to design for two different companies, my company and their company. So I made the decision that if I'm going to do this, I have to stop the dies, the stamps, and the stencils. Okay, now the tweezers and the sticky dots and the Stacy tape, all of that goes forward, okay? That's good. But that was, when I made this decision, it seems ages ago that I made this decision, and ages ago it felt like it would take forever to get here to today. And yet here I am. And I'm excited about the opportunities that are coming my way, the opportunities and the creativity that I get to share with you. I'm excited to show you all the Sizzix products that I am working on, that I've had bottled up in me for years, knowing that I couldn't afford to do it. At the same time, I started Simply Defined when nobody believed I could. It was long before everybody got on the bandwagon of, hey, let's make dies. It was when really there was Spellbinders and Sizzix and back then Quick Cuts, and there weren't many dies on the market from various companies. And I thought to myself, I have a perspective. I have a point of view that I want to make. And I went to companies, and quite a few of them laughed me out of the building. Who am I to think that I can have my own brand of dies and stamps and stencils? But I did it anyway. And now it's kind of bittersweet, because I'm excited for what's coming, but I just didn't realize that it was going to hit me like this sitting here today. And I literally have been sitting here for 3 hours. Mr. SMS, I'm okay. I'll call you when I'm done. I just couldn't turn the camera on because I know what it means. And it's not bad. It's not even sad. It's just, I don't know. It's the closing of a door and the opening of a window. I just hope the window's big enough for me to get through. So today I have 2 new Simply Defined layering Kaleidoscope stencils for you. They're 3 layers. They're $9.99. I'm going to miss my little tabs around all of my stencils. I'm going to miss the things that I brought to, to the stencil market, but I'm going to embrace and explore and expand my creativity with Sizzix just as soon as I finish this class. So today I've got the 2 stencils. I have an exclusive versus stamp for you because we always pair it with a versus stamp. But I also want to let you know that we've put all remaining stencils are in this YouTube Yummies as well. Some of them are on sale, some of them aren't, some of them we have 2 of, some of them we have 25 of. But when they are sold out, that is it. That's the end of it. We will not be manufacturing anymore for several years. I have a long-term contract, and I want to approach my relationship with Sizzix with such gusto and such new energy that I have to put this one to sleep on pause for a while. But just you wait till I show you what's coming. My first collection launches in March. But I'll be doing videos starting in January, late January, kind of giving you sneak peeks. That's for a later time. All right, so see, I got through this just fine. I did. Whether I end with just fine, we'll have to wait and see. But are you ready to have some fun today? Because I do. I'm ready for some fun. I am absolutely ready for some fun. And I know that it may be hard to believe, but I can feel your energy. I can feel it. And that's what motivates me to want to do more, want to do better, want to give you the best that I can give you. And that is what we are going to do today together. It is amazing. Everybody says how much I get emails, how much I mean to you, or what I've taught you, or how I've helped you. But in this very moment, it is you that is helping me. Send off an old friend in the best possible way. Okay. I'm gonna tilt on down. I'm gonna show you some samples and we're gonna get started for today. Right? Right. I know I am gonna have to call Mr. SMS because I know he's gonna be worried. I literally sat here for 3 hours. I just couldn't do it. I didn't know what. Anyway, it's done. I'm doing it. Ta-da! Here is one of the first layering stencils. Look at how cute it is. And actually, there's a little person under there, and she covered it up with a butterfly. And then we've got a sentiment. I would find you in any lifetime. Oh, love that, right? So sample number 1. Sample number 2. Ooh. Look at how pretty is that. You make me laugh even when, I can't read it upside down. You make me laugh even when I don't want to smile. Oh, this is so perfect for today. See, you made me laugh and right now I'm not even sure I want to smile. And then the last sample I have for you, SMS girl Claire made this and it's beautiful. It really is. It's taking a portion of this one and making a beautiful flower out of that heart in a slim line. Really pretty. Okay, so let's get started today, right? I have 2 Simply Defined stencils. They are the floral heart and they are I don't know what a spray of hearts coming up. Easy to do. My layering stencils are so simple. They are always 3 layers and they're very affordable. I always make my stencils with tabs on the edges. That way you have an easy way of taping them down. We tell you that, I don't know if we can get, if I can, that this is stencil A and that's face up and that is face out. Stencil B is face up, face out, and then stencil C. So you know the order of the layering. However, on some of these, the order doesn't really matter. Now I'm gonna grab some paper, and I think I'm gonna try and keep it simple today. For me, I think I need to keep it a little simple for me today. And I'm gonna play with some glitter and some flakes. Some glitter and some flakes, yes. Now the girls have done beautiful samples with inks. And I suppose I could do one really quick. I suppose I could do one really quick in ink just so you can see. So I've got my first layer, A, and it says A, and it has the arrow pointing up. That's gonna tell me that I'm gonna have A here, and it's pointing up. I'm gonna grab some of my washi tape, and I'm gonna tape it down in 4 places. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now I'm leaving these two tabs I'm leaving open. And that's because I'm going to use those as my registration guide so that I can line my stencil up time and time again. What color do we want to do there? How about we do a little bit of yellow? So I'm just going to grab a little bit of my yellow ink, and you can use any ink you want. And I'm just going to go in there and add some color. Now I'm trying not to make it all the exact same yellow. I want some highs and some lows. And I'm using a pigment-based ink today. I'm using a pigment-based ink, and that's why I'm using my dauber and not a blending tool. Pigment-based inks, you don't want to use a brush of your blending brushes. You want to use your, well, I guess this is more of a blending tool than a dauber. But I don't want to use my brushes, not with a pigment-based ink. Okay, so I've got some yellow going on, easy peasy. And you can see that I've gone on either side of those tabs because that's going to act as my registration. Then I can pull this off. And I can clearly see where my registration lines are. Now I can go to my next color and my next stencil, which is B. All I have to do is line those tabs right up and then tape it down. So I can see if I went like this, I know I'm not lined up because look at it, doesn't line up. All I have to do is move it into place. And see, this one isn't quite lined up. Move this one into place. Once I'm sure that they're both in place, I can tape down and I know I've registered my stencil. A little bit of washi tape. And 1. I'm gonna make sure I'm right on there. Yeah, see, I'm not. I need to move it. Just down a little bit. There we go. It's a very visual way to make sure you are registered and lined up so that you can move to your next layer. And now what's the next color I want to go with? How about Tide? And I can just go in and add some ink. So it doesn't really matter what inks you have, whether it be dye-based ink, pigment-based ink. If you want to mix and match, go with the colors that make your heart happy, because I'm working on just white paper. All right, that looks good, right? Done. Pull it up. And now I've got two. And then my last layer right here. And I line it up again. I think I'm going to borrow my washi from my others. And how about we use maybe a pink? Oh, we use a little bit of pink. And I can make it as dark or as light as I want, depending on how much ink I lay down on that paper. And like I said, I don't want everything to be exactly the same. I want some to be a little darker, some to be a little lighter. And that gives the paper dimension. When everything is flat and all the exact same color, with the exact same saturation, it doesn't give your eye anything interesting to look at. Okay, let's see what we got there. I got my little person down there. Now maybe I want to make my little person a little darker. Maybe that yellow isn't working for me. And I bring it back. And because I've got the registration marks, I can line it up. I think that looks... good. We're going to try. And I think I'm going to take that blue. All right, we'll see what we get. Oh yeah, I like it better with the dark. And we've got the cutest little card front. Perfect for a sentiment right down there in the corner. Oh, that was a bad cut, Stacy. Wow. Well, I'm not going to be able to fix that one. Cutest little card front, right? Little sentiment down there. And you're off to the races. But what if we wanted to do more with this? What more could we do? Well, I'm going to take a piece of black paper and a piece of white paper, and I'm going to use them at the same time. I'm going to grab that stencil one more time. Now, I could clean my stencils, which is probably what I should do. They're just a plastic, so it will wipe down super easy. And take that washi off and use it. So I can go in there and just wipe off my ink. If it stains a little bit, you can take a hand sanitizer, some alcohol, and spritz it on, and that will help it get off. But I always say a stained stencil is a happy stencil. So wipe them off when you're done. But what I want to use these for is with glitter. So I'm going to take and I'm going to use some Essentials glue pad. This is an important thing in my life. I love my Essentials glue pad. It comes like this, 2 pieces. The actual glue pad is completely dry when you get it. There's nothing on it, and all the glue is in this bottle. This is not a re-inker. You don't get this home with you and go and put all your glue on all at once and then come back 2 months later and expect it to work. That's not how this works. You only use as much glue as you need for the job that you're doing. So if I were using the glue pad, I would just put a little bit on, smudge it with my finger, and maybe pretend like I'm inking up a stamp and stamp down. Today I'm going to use it with stencils, so I don't need the glue pad at all. I just need the bottle of glue. Now the bottle of glue is sold all by itself. So if you buy the set and you run out of the glue, you can get the glue all by itself. And for today's purposes, I'm going to use it with my blending tool, my foam little blending tool, because that's what's going to work the best. And I can take this glue and put it right onto my blending tool. What makes this glue different is it's a 2-way glue. It is not your standard everyday white glue that dries clear. This glue is very special and has unique properties that I can't find anywhere else. And I've looked. So what makes it so special? Well, let's go ahead and let's put down our stencil. So I'm leaving 2 opposites so I can see what I'm doing. Now because I'm using glue and because glue is clear, I'm going to go ahead and make my registration marks because I won't be able to do it with the glue. And that way I have some registration marks. Then I'm going to take my dauber, and this is from Woodware. I'm going to open up my glue bottle, and I'm going to put a little bit of glue, just a dot or 2, on the top. I'm going to smudge it with my finger, and then I'm going to come in and I'm going to spounce. Now it's important because the glue is tacky, it's going to want to pull the stencil up. That's why I have taped it down, and I'm also holding it because I know that because of the glue, it's going to kind of want to lift the stencil up a little bit, well, because it's an adhesive. I want to make sure I get all over, and maybe I just take another drop or 2. It doesn't take much. That's not much. It's better to put less on your sponge, on your dauber here, and have to do it a few times than to put a whole bunch and waste it. Now I think that feels pretty good. I'm going to take off my stencil. And I can see my glue. See my glue? I can see it. And I'm going to let that sit for a minute. That's one of the important aspects of this glue, is that it has to go tacky. It is the time in your life you want to be tacky. Now I'm going to tape everything down again. And this time, because I am on black paper, I will see my glue. So a little bit of glue on here, and we're going to do the same thing only on black paper. Little bit of glue. and spounce, spounce, spounce. Eventually you will have built up quite a bit of glue in this little pad, so you'll need less and less and less. See how it's wanting to pull up? And I'm just holding it down. I'm not like holding it down, I'm just holding it down. And then I can come over here and kind of spounce there. And I can come over here and kind of spounce there because it's going to be reflective off that black. So it looks like I've got, well, one more space. Looks like I've got it pretty well. I'm going to pull this off. And you can see the glue is got that sheen to it. That lets me know that it's there. And I need to let it go tacky. So I'm going to put this one right there and bring my first one back. And it's been sitting now for a few minutes. I could leave it for up to 30 minutes easy. You can go make yourself a cup of coffee or a cup of tea, take a phone call, answer an email, but you do have to let it go tacky. If you put the glitter on the design right away, immediately after you put that glue down, you put your glitter on, what's going to happen is when it dries, that glitter's going to wipe away. It needs to go tacky. So I think I've given it probably enough time. And what color do we want to do? We want to do pink. Now this is a microfine glitter. It's from a company called Gigi. They're an international company. This glitter is super fine. Like it's almost like dust. And it looks like a hot mess on there until you start to move that glitter around, and then all of a sudden that design starts to come up. It's holding to where that glue is, and less is more with the glitter. I can always add, but I want to just move it around with my finger, and anywhere there is glue, it's going to hold. Now I can tell you that I probably need a little bit more because there's some holes. I've used all that's on my piece of paper, so I'm just going to go back in there and tap just a little bit more. And maybe for you it's easier to use the back end of your tweezers. And it's going to fill in all of that space. Anywhere there was a hole. If I've got glue, it's going to adhere. Take my little inexpensive makeup brush, gather it up, and there's not enough to save. And brush it off. And I have got glitter that doesn't make a mess. So there's my first layer. Let's go through and let's add layer number 2. Line them up. I'm gonna get some of my washi tape. And put it down. I've lined up my registration points. There we go. All right, so glue. Glue. A little bit on there, little dab will do ya. And I'm gonna come in here and add the glue on the hearts that I see. I just need to get the hearts that are open to the paper. Little dab. Little is better than too much. And can you have too much glue down? Yes, yes you can. If you have too much glue and you do not let it dry up a little bit, it'll just smear. So the foam is really important because that foam helps pick it up as well. Okay, so there's one. And while I wait for that to dry, I come back and I've got my first round over here that I can put some glitter on. And what makes my heart happy? How about some gold? A little bit of gold here and there. And then I take my finger and I just lightly burnish all over. And instantaneously, I've got, now I'm going to put a little bit of gold on my registration marks, because that makes them super easy to see. And just like that, my first layer's down. Now I can bring over my stencil, line it up because I'm on number 2. I'm doing black and white at the exact same time. Not quite layered and lined up on the bottom. Let's try this again. So that looks good. And that looks good. There we go. Tape down. Foam. Glue. And while I'm doing this one, my white over there is going tacky. I can kind of pick it up and rotate it to see if I see that sheen or if I've missed any spaces. And if I had missed a space, I just have to reline it back up. Easy peasy. Get the glue off my fingers. And let's pull. Awesome. Can you see it? I'm going to put this one over here and bring my white back. So my white has now sat long enough to go tacky. What color do we want to do? How about this one? Ooh, pretty, pretty, pretty. And again, all I have to do is a little drizzle. Just kind of all over. And then I can come in, and as I rub my fingers over it, the hearts just magically appear And it doesn't mix with my pink. Look at how pretty is that, right? Love, love, love it. Then I take my third and last stencil and I line it up. So you can have multiples. If you have one stencil, you can layer, you can get several sheets of paper ready to go, and you can do layer 1 for 5 sheets. And by the time you're done putting the glue on the 5th sheet, you're ready to start glittering the first sheet. You can just make mass production. Let's see, what color do we want? What color do we want? How about that super pretty blue? Maybe I'll use that super pretty blue on both of them. And a little bit of washi tape. And then a little bit of glue, and you just wash, rinse, and repeat. Little bit of glue. Now I'm really building up the glue in my sponge, so I probably won't need to add another layer of it. And I can always pick it up and get a reflection off of it to see if I've got it in all the hearts. And I think I do. So if I peel this off, I'm gonna put it over here because now I bring back the second layer. And it's no mess. I think that's what I love most about it, is that it's really no mess. How about we use a little bit of this blue? Oh, this blue is fabulous. So the only thing I wish is that I could get more colors of this glitter. And that's not possible right now. So I'm working on it. Right now we have 10 colors. And I don't have all the colors I would like to have. So I'm working on it. And I just move it around, and it's that, just that light burnish. It's just that light burnish over the glued areas. And I know that it looks like it's on the gold. But when you take your inexpensive little makeup brush and you go gather it all, your gold is back to gold and your blue is blue, and it's beautiful. Now I need to lay down the last stencil. Line it up. Line it up. And there we go. Get my sponge, a dab of glue, and you don't want to be You don't want too much glue. You just want to see the sheen. That's all. You just want to see a sheen of that glue in the open space. No matter what stencil you're using, you just want to see that sheen. So see that sheen? See, I see right there. Does it look like, it looks like I missed a little bit there and maybe a little bit there. So I'm going to go back and just make sure I've bounced it really good. That looks better. I don't know what this little thing is, but I'm going to get rid of it. And now take off my stencil. And the glue is water soluble. So all you need is a baby wipe to wash it down. That's all. I mean, you certainly can use Dawn dishwashing detergent or have a little bit of water next to you, but a good baby wipe will also get it all off. A nice wet one. There we go. And it'll just take it all off because it's water soluble, which means it's safe, it's easy. Okay, clean up your stencil. So now I have got all three of them here. All three of them here. And this one has been sitting long enough for me to do something with. How about the pretty, should we do the gold? And a little bit of a drizzle. My finger, gently moving it around. My makeup brush, gathering all the leftover glitter. Not enough for me to save. And there we go. And then let me do a better job of cutting this one out. And then I can grab a sentiment. And my gush mat. Which we're getting back in stock. And my block. And now, I guess I can try, usually I use the stamp pad, the glue pad to do this, but we'll see how well I do. Normally I take the glue pad, the Essentials glue pad, and I would, just like I was using an ink pad, but since this is dry, and I've got this ready to go, I'm just going to go for it. 1, 2, 3, A, B, C. Hopefully it has enough glue. Oh, I don't know. It's very light. I don't even know if you can see it on there. It's very light. But you know what? We're going to try it. The worst that happens is this was white paper. I used a little bit of glue and a little bit of glitter. Not much happening. Not much waste. I didn't use like the most expensive paper and your last sheet of something. This is just white paper. So do I let that sit there for a minute? Wow, that's faint. I'm just going to go for it. It's so faint. I'm going to give it a whirl and see if we got it. And if not, I'll try again on the black sheet, and maybe I'll do a better job the second time around. Because I don't know if you can see it. It's so, I don't even know if I can get an angle of it. It's so faint. I can tell you it's trying to hold. Can you see that? You can't do this with just any glitter, and you can't do this with just any glue. You cannot. It's special. And it's magical. I would find you in any lifetime. Just trying to straighten my cutout just a little bit. Yeah, you would do a better job taping down than I am, and I'm just using black paper just to make a quick mat. You would do a much better job taping down than me. But I am using Simply Define adhesive. It's a double stick tape. It's a little bit longer, a little bit stronger than most. And it is a great price. We keep our adhesive at a really, really competitive price. And not all double-sided adhesives are the same. That is absolutely true. Just because it's a double-sided tape does not mean it is the same. The brands that I can recommend are Elizabeth Crafts, Scorpal, and mine. Those are the three I know will do what they're supposed to do. I cannot recommend the dollar store brand. I would find you in any lifetime. Oh, so cute. But we're not done. Oh, I might save that. I've got this one over here. What's the last color? Did you forget we had this one? We have one more color to do. What's our last color? Should we do the pink? Why not? Let's do the pink. The light pink or the dark pink? I'm going to go the dark pink. And it's been sitting here for how long now? Because I did this one. I did the last color. I did the sentiment. I matted it. And this one's been sitting. And my finger. I can tell you I'm going to need a little bit more. And you just move that glitter over until you don't see any holes or feel any sticky. And grab your little brush and get it all together, go over everything. And look at us go. All right, let's stamp again and let's see if I do a better job this time. Although it came out fine last time, it wasn't such a bad job. A little bit of glue. Now, I would not recommend doing this if my stamp wasn't so small. But my stamp is a pretty small stamp. All right, let's see if lightning strikes twice. One, two, three. Oh. I hope I didn't do it upside down. Oh, I didn't. But again, super light. I'm not even sure I can get a reflection. It's right here. I don't even know if I can get a reflection of it. That's how light the glue is. And because it's so light, I'm going to go ahead and I'm not going to wait too long. And again, just a baby wipe to clean up your stamp. Ooh, we're very blurry. And we're good to go. And I think since my pink is here, I'm just going to go for the pink. Is it holding? It sure is. Maybe just a little bit more. But you saw how little I drizzled. And then everywhere else, you just wipe that glue off. And this one, what color do I have down here? Oh, that'll work. Oh, that's almost perfect. If I just trim a little bit off, I think that would be perfect. I'm going to take a little bit more off just so I can make that color work. Wow, that is like perfect. All right, I'm just going to hack off this and tape it down. Sometimes you just get lucky. How about we put the bottle of glitter, the lid on the bottle of glitter, because I know me. And I can put this away over here. And my stamp is right there. And now I'm going to take a little bit of Stacy tape, which I put over here. I'm going to tape it on down. need just a hair bit more. Is that the right color? Yeah. Just a little drizzle. It might have been too quick. There we go. There we go. All right. I'll cut this down and I'm good to go. Cute. So we did the black and we did the white. Same time. Just going back and forth between the stencils, adding the glue, letting it get a little tacky. So while I was gluing one, the other was getting tacky, and just kept going back and forth between the two of them. So cute and easy and really pretty, fun, bright, happy. All right, let's talk about the other stencil. My next stencil is kind of a florally heart type of stencil, and I will do it in ink for you so you can see what it looks like. And then we're going to change it up just a little bit. So I still have my A. I hope you can see my A. Right there, and a B and a C. So all the stencils are marked. I'm going to leave 2 as registration, and I'm going to do this one in ink for you, just so you can see. So I've got layer 1, and maybe I do layer 1 in a pink or a yellow. Maybe I do a light yellow. Dark yellow, light pink, light pink. So I'm not going to put too much on. Kind of want to keep it soft. And you can use your Tim Holtz inks, you can use your Hero Arts inks, you can use your Jacquard inks. You can use a combination of all of those inks. And so ink's a pretty cool thing. I mean, you can mix and match them. So if one company doesn't have the color you're looking for, find it with another company. You can absolutely use Tim Holtz Rangers inks with other brands of inks and blend them together and make them look really great. I'm just adding a few highlights and a few darker tones just so it gives some interesting texture to my image. Again, if everything looks flat and the same exact color, your eye really doesn't have a lot to draw on. So if I add a little bit of color here and there just to give a little texture to it. So there's my layer 1. Oh, I better get those good, otherwise I will not be able to line it up really easy peasy. There we go. Now, bring over my next layer. Layer number 2. It's marked It's marked B. Line it up just like we've been doing before with those registration marks. I got tape on every finger. I literally have tape on every finger. Okay. There we go. And there we go. And same thing, right over the top. Right over the top. And I could, if I wanted to, add a little pink. And just to add a little to that yellow. Okay, let's try it and see what it looks like. Right now it's only white paper. Now it doesn't look like much yet, but we have the finishing touch to put on, which is our last stencil. Line it up. And let it go. All right. A little bit of green. Just to add that vine and the leaves and that pop of color. And again, I'm just going to be consistent and have a little bit more green, a little bit light green, have some shades in there and some tones going on. You think that's enough? Yeah, let's give it a whirl. And there we go. What do you think? Pretty and easy and effective. And you use the inks that you have and make them sing for you. But like I said, I wanted to change it up a little bit. Let's bring over another one and let's get some black paper this time. Well, we'll do the same. We'll do black and white. See what we get. Bring over my stencil. And I've got A. And this time I am going to use my glue pad. Well, I'm going to use the glue, but not the pad. Let's bring over our sponge dauber. Let's add a little bit of glue. Move it around, and let's go in and spounce. Now these holes are a little smaller, and this is going to give a little bit more of an abstract look than our floral that I did with just the ink. All right, I'm hoping I've got enough there. I'm gonna give it a try. I'm gonna lift this up and I'm gonna bring that black paper around. And I can see, again, the sheen of where I've left the glue. So let's bring our black paper and let's do it one more time. Of course, I didn't do my lines. Stacy, yikes. I didn't do my registrations. I didn't hear you. Yell louder. Tap your TV or your device. Hey, you forgot. I did. We're gonna have to try and line that one up. Okay. Well, I'm gonna do these before I forget. Just to be sure. All right. Could you see it pulling it up because it's tacky? All right, I think that looks pretty good. I hope. Oh, I don't know. It looks kind of bare over there. Like I missed this whole section. Looks like I did. Well, we're gonna go for it anyway. Think long, think wrong. It'll be what it'll be is what it'll be. So I move this one over here and I bring back my first one. And instead of using glitter, I'm going to use some flakes. Some flakes from Sizzix. They have gold, they have silver, and they have what they call rose gold, and we call it copper. I don't want you to think that it's rose gold at all. It is just copper. So what color do we want to use? Maybe we use a little silver. Now these flakes, first off, this is the same jar I've been using since I brought them in, I don't know, maybe 4 years ago. They go a long way. They're very, very lightweight. You cannot sneeze. You cannot have your air conditioning going. You cannot have a fan going because they are literally as light as air. And I'm just going to put some down and around. Light as air. I'm just going to put some down and around. Oh, that's stuck to there's glue there. And glue on my hands. All right, just go for it. Oh, that's too much. Let's see if I can put some of that away. So I think I've got maybe enough on. Oh, did you see that? I moved my paper and it moved everything. Okay. Let's get a little sponge. These little sponges are also by Woodware. Same company that makes our little, they're by Woodware. No, they're Creative Expressions. The sponge applicators are Creative Expressions. The little foamy applicators are Woodware, and the flakes are by Sizzix. Now you can't use the foam applicator to get this done. It won't work. You need something that has a little bit of some texture to it so that it will take and move, there's glue there, the foil around. Now let me see if I can go in just a little bit so you can kind of see. I'm going to kind of press some of it in place, and then I'm going to start to move some of it, and hopefully anywhere there is glue, that is where it's going to hold. I can grab my brush, mop it all up, and throw it away. And anywhere there was glue, that's where it's going to hold. Now let's bring my black one over, and I'm going to just do the same colors because I've got it out here. And anywhere there's glue, my foil's going to hold. And I'm just using this little foamy. You get 6 of them. And they just work so perfectly. Now I'm not going to put any of this back. I'm just going to put it right in my trash and just dust it right off. And I've got the startings. Looks like splatter right now. I know, kind of looks like a splatter, but we're not done. So now that I've got this one, I can bring over the next layer, layer B, lay it on top. See, I did better by putting I got my registrations on this. And some washi. All right. And let's bring my spouncer back over and my glue. And a little bit on there, and let's go in and do these. And I'm just going to go right over the top. Right over the top. The flakes are easy to use and they go such a long way and they're affordable. I want to say they're $3.99 a jar. And when we put them on sale, they are wickedly affordable. There's nobody else who makes flakes like this for this kind of price. Nope, not even close. They're the best price I've ever seen. And so we love them. We do, because you can have all three colors for about the same price as one color with other companies. You can get all three, and then you can make blends if you want between the three. But their price, Sizzix price on them is holy smokes artichokes. You think I got it? Just a little bit of glue. Okay, I'm gonna move this one out. And I'm gonna move this one over, and while that one dries, I'm gonna do the next layer on this one. I've got a little bit of a registration right there that I'm hoping I come close to. Yep, see, I've got it right there. I'm gonna hope that that's as close can be. And a little bit of glue, and we're gonna get this one done. All right, we good? You think I've got enough? All I can do is try, because all it is paper. I'm going to take this one off, and I'm going to move it over there because I can bring my black one back now. And it's had a moment to go tacky. So now let's change it up. Let's use a different color. Don't want silver because I've already got silver down there. How about we take the copper? They call it rose gold. It isn't. I love them. I do. I love Sizzix, but I gotta call it what it is. And I'm just gonna put a little bit of it here and there. Now again, my jar has been with me for many years. Okay, so I'm going to guess that that's probably more than enough. And I'm going to take a different sponge. And this is going to be my copper sponge. And I'm going to kind of push some of this in place. Well, see, I have way too much going on, but that's okay. And then I'm going to start to move it. And where there's glue, I'm pushing it in place and then moving it around. And then I can gather it all up and put it away. The way is in the trash can. Ooh, are you starting to see what it's going to look like? Ooh, pretty. Now I'm going to grab my last layer. Line it up. Tape it down. And bring over my dauber and a little bit of glue. So because it's a stencil, I'm spouncing as opposed to swirling because I know that there's areas that could lift up. It's a very intricate little stencil, this one is, but you spounce and you're gonna be all right. Now, do you think I got it all? Okay, I'm gonna let that get tacky. Time will tell. I need to bring this one over and I can do my second layer of flakes. What sounds good to me? Should I just keep with, I'll just keep with the copper? Good, because I can pick this piece up. It was just laying there looking at me saying, are you gonna forget about me? Heavens no, we'll just pull you up and use you. Okay. And maybe give a little bit of a bounce and kind of move it around so it can adhere where there's glue. It's amazing what a little sponge can do. It has just the right texture on it to set those flakes without scratching them and scraping them. And can we see where we're going? Can you start to see it? Now I need to add the last stencil. With this one, I'm gonna do ink. So I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna use ink on this one as opposed to using the last color of flakes. Dop, dop, dop. Because I do want my vines to be green and my leaves to be green. Dop, dop, dop. My shirt keeps coming, the sleeve keeps coming down when I'm daubing. I got important things to do here. Okay, you ready? Should we see what we got? Oh, that looks pretty good. I think I'm pretty happy with that. Oh my goodness gracious me. That is some kind of lovely. And then I could put my stamp to, oh my gosh, do you like it? It's a different look than this. So pretty. Love it with the flakes, love it with the flakes. But we have one more to do. We still have that black one sitting over there saying, hey, hello, don't forget me. I'm still sitting here. I've been getting tacky. Just because I'm tacky doesn't mean you can ignore me. And this one I'm gonna grab my glitter. And I'm gonna do, because it's the glue. We did glitter already with the glue, right? Maybe I add a little bit darker. I mean, I'm just lightly wafting it. And maybe just a little bit more of the lighter. And then I take my finger, the most important tool you have in crafting. And I start moving it. And it starts to cling onto all of those leaves and all the stems. And it makes magic. It's not every glitter, and it's not every glue. It's not even every stencil you can do this with. Not that the stencil can't do it, it's the design of the stencil that you have to be mindful of. And when I designed these, I knew this is what I wanted. Let's get rid of the noise. I call all the stuff around, I call that all noise. Let's get rid of all of that. And cut. And cut. Not a good cut, but that's okay. What do you think? Whoa, I love them both. I do. I love the first one I did. I do. I love the hearts. You can do the hearts with the flakes. Hello. So much fun. So easy and so pretty. Gosh, it's hard to believe that these are my last two Simply Defined dies, stamps, stencils, but I'm so happy with the way they came out. I didn't want to compromise anywhere, not for anyone. I wanted to give the best I could give to Sizzix and the best I could give to Simply Defined, and I'm hoping I accomplished that. Well, you won't know until you see my Sizzix stuff. That's a coming soon, but I do love how easy these are to use and the difference of the looks between just the ink versus really taking them to the next level. But is it really taking them to the next level? Because all you did was add some glue and some flakes and some glitter. You use the exact same technique to do this as you did to get these. You use the exact same technique to get this as you did to get these. I think this is so darling. So it's a little bit of a shorter YouTube today because I need time to process what's happening. I love everything that I showed you. I love the two stencils. They're beautiful. I love the Versus stamp. The Versus stamp says, it's nice to have someone in your life who can make you smile even when they're not around. You make me laugh even when I don't want to smile. Things are never quite as scary when you've got a best friend. Sustain yourself with the love of family, and I would find you in any lifetime. It's a beautiful set. It's exclusive to us. It is made by the same company that makes Stampers Anonymous. And I love the sentiments. And I think that they go so well with all of this because this can be a best friend card. This could be I would find you in any lifetime. This could be sustain yourself with the love of family. Man, that looks good. So today I have got these. These are the 3 new items for today. I will go ahead and I will put the glitter on sale, although it just came off sale, but we'll do it again. There's only 10 colors. I'm working on that because I need more color. I do. I want more colors. I know the colors I want too. Oh my goodness, I know the colors I want. I'll put the glitter on sale. I'll put the Sizzix flakes on sale. I have to warn you, Sizzix doesn't know I'm doing the flakes, so I can only put what I have in stock on the Sizzix flakes because I didn't talk to them. I don't know how many they have. I'll do the spouncer and the refills because you're going to need them, and the Essentials glue pad because you're going to need it, and remember it sells like this, and the foam to make the flakes work. The inks you can use any inks that you have at home. You really need these products to make these happen. And maybe you already have something just like it. Maybe you're already good to go. And then I have some of the other sets. So we have all of my stencils on sale right now. This is just a sampling of them. I have all of them on sale. Well, most of them are on sale. The newer ones are still at $9.99, but some of the older ones you will find on sale. I have all of them up on the site ready for you. When they are gone, they are gone. We are not manufacturing them again. Then I have samples to share with you. And I already showed you these three in the opening. Isn't this beautiful? This is a die. She used one of my dies. Isn't that just gorgeous? And here, this is with pigment-based ink. And not flakes, but pigment-based ink. And covering my little guy with a butterfly. You make me laugh even when I don't want to smile. It's just a thoughtful card. It's so pretty. It's so soft in color. I would find you in any lifetime. A little bit of bling going on in there. And look at just how soft and elegant this is. Aw, the love of family. She took part of the sentiment. Look it, isn't that cute? She fussy cut the cat. Oh my gosh. Love this. I would find you in any lifetime. So you've got the hearts, and here's the stencil, only we used a portion of it, die cut out of a heart. USA forever. Very clever, Katie. You've got all of the hearts. USA forever. That's very smart. Here you've got some embossing going on with embossing powder for part of it. And I would find you in any lifetime. There you go, with embossing powder and a Versamark. I love this. I don't know how Claire did it, but she did it. Look at all, this is Claire, right? Yeah, look at all the colors. She must have masked them all off. Each of those little hearts, one by one, she must have done. Bless her, pea-picking heart. And then she made them into balloons. And then look at this one. Holy smokes, artichokes. Ooh, this one is Catherine. Love this. Oh, wow. Amazing. And I helped Patty with this. I picked the blue. So if you don't like the blue on this card, it's my fault. I'm the one who said, do blue. And you've got, things are never quite as scary when you've got a best friend. And she did the hearts and then she die cut them out. That's the stencil. And here, look at how soft is this. Wow, that's pretty. That would make a beautiful wedding card. Sustain yourself with the love of family. Wow, that's pretty. And things are never quite as scary when you've got a best friend. That's done with embossing powder. And then, okay, there's a note on this one. So this is the stencil all the way through. And the note says, when you begin to create and things are not going well, but you push through and finish it anyway. Love, Catherine. I think this is so cool. It's on a little easel. So she wasn't crazy about it, but she pushed through and she finished it anyway. Good on you, Catherine. I wonder who pushes that, who says finish it anyway. It's nice to have someone in your life who can make you smile even when they're not around. And here, this one, Claire just used the hearts and she just went randomly all over to make a background. And then there are mine. And these I didn't matte, but the girls will. Using the Sizzix Flakes and the Gigi glitter. All right, you guys, I know it was kind of short, but it's really late. When I say I sat here for 3 hours, I'm not kidding you. I just couldn't, I think I just needed to process what was happening. And I'm glad I processed it with you. I wouldn't want to be anywhere else with anybody else when I'm facing the end of one chapter and the beginning of another. It's a little scary. It's a whole lot of exciting, and it's part of my journey. Everything that's happened to me in my life makes me who I am today. So I certainly wouldn't change any of it because I like who I am today. And Simply Defined gave me the tools. It taught me so much in the 12 years I've been doing Simply Defined. It taught me so much. I learned how to design. I learned how to manufacture. I learned what to listen to what customers are looking for. And now I get to take all of that experience and transfer it into designs for Sizzix. So a little sad. I was surprised how emotional I got. I really was. I really am surprised how emotional I got. But I'm not sorry for that. It must mean that it means a lot to me. that it holds a special place in my heart. So, I am Stacy, and you can find all of this product at scrapbookingmadesimple.com. The Sizzix Flakes you can find at your local independent retailer. Inks you can find at your local independent retailer. And if you shop there, ask them if their glitter is microfine. That's important. The stencils and the Versus stamps are exclusively here. And this is the last time I'll be doing them for Simply Defined until they become unpaused. All right, you guys, thank you for sharing this time with me together. You really helped pull me through. I needed you today, and I appreciate it. All right, I will see you on Monday when we talk warehouse sale on Monday. I have so much for you at prices that is going to knock your socks off. So until then, thanks for being my friend. Thanks for being my family. And thanks for walking through all of this, through all of my stories in my life with me. It really is good to have a friend. It makes things not quite as scary. All right, you guys, I'll see you later. Bye.